What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the hottest topics in Southeast Asia, the rapid modernization of the Philippine Navy. Now, this isn't just about buying shiny new warships or showing off military power. This is about survival, strategy, and securing the future of a nation that sits right in the middle of one of the most contested waters on the planet, the South China Sea. And trust me, when you hear the full story, you'll understand why the Philippines is moving fast and why the world is watching closely. For decades, the Philippine Navy was often described as one of the weakest in the region. Its fleet consisted mostly of old hand-me-down ships, many dating back to World War II. While other regional powers like China, Vietnam, and Malaysia were building up their naval strength, the Philippines struggled with limited budgets, outdated technology, and a lack of long-term defense planning. But times have changed. The South China Sea has become the new flashpoint of global power competition, and Manila has realized it can no longer afford to be left behind. Now, let's talk about why modernization is happening at such a fast pace. The biggest factor? The South China Sea dispute. This body of water is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, rich in oil, gas, and fisheries, and strategically critical for trade and military movements. China's aggressive expansion, building artificial islands, installing missile systems, and deploying its Coast Guard and Navy, has put massive pressure on the Philippines. And if there's one thing history has taught us, it's that a weak defense posture invites more aggression. That's why Manila is taking big steps to shift from a defensive, outdated force to a modern Navy capable of protecting its sovereignty. So what's happening right now? The Philippine Navy has already started rolling out its modernization roadmap. We've seen the arrival of brand new guided missile frigates like the BRP Jose Rizal and BRP Antonio Luna, both built in South Korea, which now serve as the Navy's new flagships. These warships are equipped with advanced radar, missile systems, and helicopter facilities, making them far more capable than the old vessels the country relied on for decades. Along with this, the Philippines is acquiring offshore patrol vessels, landing dock platforms, and fast attack interdiction crafts to boost both defense and humanitarian missions. But that's not all. The future plans are even more ambitious. The Navy is eyeing the acquisition of corvettes, submarines, and long-range patrol aircraft. Yes, you heard that right, submarines. If Manila succeeds in this goal, it would be a historic leap for the Philippine Navy, giving it a stealth capability it has never had before. Submarines change the entire game when it comes to deterrence and defense, especially in contested waters like the South China Sea. And alongside these acquisitions, there's a focus on improving command and control systems, radar installations, and maritime domain awareness to give the Philippines a clearer picture of what's happening in its waters. Of course, modernization isn't just about buying new toys. It's also about partnerships and alliances. The Philippines has been strengthening its ties with allies like the United States, Japan, South Korea, and Australia. These partnerships aren't just for political show. They're directly tied to military training, technology transfers, and joint exercises. Every time you see Filipino ships sailing alongside American destroyers or Japanese patrol vessels, that's not just a display of friendship. That's a statement. The Philippines isn't standing alone in this fight. And here's where the story gets really interesting. China isn't exactly sitting quietly while all this is happening. The disputes over islands like the Spratlys and Scarborough Shoal remain hot, with Chinese vessels often confronting Filipino fishermen and patrol boats. Each new step of modernization by the Philippine Navy is seen by Beijing as a pushback, and that makes the geopolitical tension even more intense. But for the Philippines, this isn't about aggression, it's about survival, defense, and ensuring that its maritime rights, as recognized under international law, are respected. Looking ahead, the Philippines is set to continue its modernization in phases. Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 of the defense program are where the real game-changing acquisitions are expected to happen. Imagine a future Philippine Navy equipped not just with frigates and corvettes, but also with submarines, missile systems, and advanced aircraft. This would put the Philippines in a much stronger position, not just militarily, but also diplomatically, when it comes to negotiations and regional influence. So, why should you care about all this? Because the South China Sea isn't just a regional issue, it's a global one. The freedom of navigation through these waters impacts world trade, energy security, and the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. A stronger Philippine Navy means a stronger deterrence against aggression, a more stable region, and a louder voice for smaller nations that often get overshadowed by great powers. At the end of the day, the modernization of the Philippine Navy is more than just an upgrade of ships. It's a transformation of national identity, from a country seen as vulnerable at sea to one that's ready to defend its rights and stand tall among its neighbors. And as the tensions in the South China Sea continue to rise, this modernization could very well be the key to ensuring peace, stability, and sovereignty for the Philippines in the years to come. So what do you think? Will the Philippines' naval modernization be enough to counter the growing threats in the South China Sea? Or is this just the beginning of a much larger struggle for dominance in the region? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay tuned as we keep bringing you the latest on global defense and security.